morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for being with us. We are so much thankful to you for all your cooperation and the journey that you always stayed with us. Today, we have got a wonderful lady with us, Elvira V. Hopper. A very warm welcome to you, Elvira.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much,
much.
Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us. Yes, I was wondering that is this the same lady? But yes, now I can very well see that she's so young and so energetic. That's really very good, very good. I'm really thankful to you. Good,
You're so kind. Thank you, Dinesh.
beautiful. Here is a small introduction of Elvira. It says that Elvira V. Hopers. Get ready to be inspired by Elvira, a miracle mindset coach, inspirational speaker, and artistic healer. After 27 years as a healthcare professional, a blessed breakdown transformed her life, leading her to create a love your wife miracle mindset. Great. At 51, she became still, I don't believe that she is 51, but I have to because she has written. At 51, she became a professional jazz musician, fusing music with healing to uplift souls. Elvira's mission is to help heart controlled light workers overcome fear and ego to live their authentic dreams. From saving her 30-year miracle marriage to empowering her son's dream career, she is living proof of her powerful system. Her global coaching platform, retreats, and workshops inspire abundance and joy. Once again, a very warm welcome to you, Elvira, here
Thank
to
you.
help us play our real music. So nice of you. So nice of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much. And I so appreciate the compliments, Dinesh. And here's the thing, I'm going to be 63 in a couple of months. So I
Don't tell
became
me.
a professional jazz artist at 51, but I'm going to be 63. And honestly, I really believe that when we're in alignment with what we were brought here to do, our highest self, connected to our highest power, we can actually age backwards. Like when I was 30, I looked older than I do today at almost 63 because I was living so out of alignment in big pharma. That's where I worked for 20 years. And before that, I worked 7 years in cancer research. And neither of those careers, Dinesh, were who I was on the inside. On the inside, I was a coach, I was a healer, I was an artist. And when I finally got to become that later in life,
Mhm.
first of all, I show people that it's possible for them. It's never too late. You're never too old. And when I did it, my mental health went from, down here to up here. I didn't struggle with depression anymore. My panic attacks went away. My bipolar went away. My marriage went from hell on wheels to heaven on earth. And I got to become pro jazz artist at 51, now multi-award winning and singing for people like Oprah Winfrey's Man. If it's all on YouTube, if you want to check it out. So this is what I believe happens when we get into alignment with who we truly are and what we're here to do. We become what I call a miracle magnet. We attract great things to us versus living out of alignment and being what I
Mhm.
call a crap magnet, just attracting the crappy things to us. So does that make sense, Dinesh?
Yeah. Carry on. Please continue. Really
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. No, so that I just wanted to share that piece just to start. But yeah, do you have questions for me?
I have many questions. I have not me. I have prepared the question. But all my listeners have sent me number of questions for you.
Wonderful.
For me, there was one and only one question that what is that secret that keeps you so young and energetic?
Oh, well, thank you. I just told you.
Yeah,
Living in alignment
lovely.
is the fountain of youth. I've never said that before. So here I am.
Hmm.
I'm dropping the mic here. Living in alignment is the fountain of youth because I see so many people that are younger than me that are not living in alignment, and let me tell you, it shows. It shows. And no disrespect, because we're all here on our own path, and all of us are here to wake up in this lifetime. Others will not wake up in this lifetime. Maybe it's going to be the next lifetime, right? So there is this thing called karma, right? Where you have to come back and clear, the karma from past lives. And so I feel like I've done a lot of karma clearing, and now in this lifetime, I'm getting to be an example of what's possible. When we live in alignment, we can go from depression to full self-expression and joy,
Oh,
and I live in that place, and I'm here to say it's possible for all of us if that's what we want for
beautiful.
ourselves.
Lovely, lovely. Then please take me as your first client then.
Absolutely. My practice is always open for wonderful people. Yeah, seriously. I've actually coached a lot of men that tend to be artists. They're musicians, and they look at me and they're like, how was she able to become professional at 51 and win all these awards and perform for the mayor's, 60th birthday party and perform for Oprah Winfrey's man? And I tell you, the only difference between me and most musicians is my miracle mindset. I have a mindset
Oh,
that allows me to attract miracles, things that I want versus attracting crap, things that I don't want. And it's super simple. We can all choose to be miracle magnets and stop being crap magnets. And I lived out of alignment most of my life. I wasn't allowed to be me as a child. I saw a bunch of women singing and dancing on stage, and my father told me that I couldn't be one of those women because those women were sluts. And so he
oh,
shut me down. And I said, okay, daddy, I'm not allowed to be who I want to be because all children just want to be loved, right? I'm not allowed to be who I want to be. Who do you need me to be so you will love me? And that's when I started giving away my power to my father, and I became the people pleaser. I became the imposter. That's when I started living out of alignment. I chose not one, but two solid healthcare careers because I wanted him to be proud of me. And meanwhile, what was it doing to me? It was slowly killing me on the inside. So I'm here to say, sorry about the lights. I'm in a parking lot here and the car is moving behind me. But my father, Dinesh, was an incredible musician. He could sing better than Pavarotti, but he was not encouraged to do his music. He was not encouraged to be fully self-expressed. He was encouraged to take care of his family by working and bringing good money home. And he didn't realize that he could have everything he wanted. He didn't have to be one thing. He could do all the things that lit him up. And so the mindset is powerful. When we hear from people, you can't do that, you shouldn't be that, and we believe it, then it paralyzes us and we're not able to be fully ourselves. But if we question the mindset, if we do the deeper inner work, the healing that allows us to not have to listen to those outside voices, we listen to the
yes,
voice of our heart and soul. And fun
yes.
fact, Heart and Soul is the name of my first jazz band, and there's my first CD right there, which
Oh,
is so sad. My father never recorded his music because he didn't have the right mindset. And so I would love to have his album today. So he's been gone 13 years. And, and it to me, it's very sad because he wasn't able to have the way of becoming fully himself. He had to be in that box, and be that stable father and husband and provider for his family. But inside there was more. The more in store burned a hole in his soul. And he died 13 years ago, of a broken man. He died with two types of cancer, mental health struggles on meds, and a marriage in shambles. Because my father essentially paid the ultimate price for living out of alignment, for not doing what he was brought here to do. So I am a huge advocate to help us do our inner work so we can become aligned, authentic, and fully self expressed so we don't have to die with our real music in us. And I
Right.
know I'm not dying with it. I don't want you to die with your music in you, Dinesh. I don't want anybody listening to this podcast to die with their real music in them. And if I can help, or one of my team members, because I have a beautiful team of mentors that use my modality to help others, and they also put their own modalities on my platform. And, we have to do the inner work and whatever modalities resonate with us so that, we can live as miracle magnets. We don't have to be crap magnets. So that is, I know my life was meant to go this way just so I could share this message with the world that, you can be a miracle magnet.
Very right, very right, very right. Well, most of my questions are already answered by you, but but still what I will do is, because they're the same questions, once again, when they are answered by you, it will work as a reinforcement. So that is the reason I am asking once again. And
Sure.
here is the fourth question that I would love to ask you. And it goes like this: what shaped in you at the rock bottom that turned
Mm,
your breakdown
yeah.
into your breakthrough? How did
Yes.
you make it possible?
Yes, that is a great question, Dinesh. So, what shifted in my life is that because I was the people pleaser and the imposter, and I went through two solid healthcare careers that spanned 27 years, my last 2 years was the universe shaking me to wake me, to get me out of that inauthentic life. So the way it brought it to me was having depression, anxiety, panic attacks brought
Oh
on
God.
because I was bullied at work. I was bullied like a 15-year-old girl as a 45-year-old woman. So these are the signs that you're living out of alignment. If you're struggling with issues like this, it's the universe saying, hey, you're not supposed to be doing this. Get out and do what you're supposed to be doing. And so my last 2 years of corporate were being bullied corporately, attracting another bully socially, going to a dark place mentally where none of the inner work I had done until that point worked anymore. So I hit rock bottom, Dinesh, where I said to my higher power, give me a way out of my hell. That's not drugs. That's not therapy. That's not religion. That's not any of the other programs I'd done at that point, or give me a way of killing myself. That was
Beautiful,
my rock
beautiful.
bottom. That was my rock
Very
bottom. And so, you know what? Here's what I believe, Dinesh. When we hit that rock bottom, there's one of two ways. We either leave this earth or we become, very paralyzed in a hospital, drugged up or with a bottle in our hand in a gutter or whatever, or or we die. Okay, so you can go that route, or you can transform, transcend, and now become a beacon of hope for others as well. I've never said it that way.
right.
You become a beacon of hope because they say, oh my God, you were able to do it, I can do it too. So I want people to see me as what's possible for them, because
Mhm.
when we live out of alignment, we struggle. Our mental health's not good. Our physical health isn't good. Our relationships are awful. And when we do become fully ourselves, all those things turn around. And so when I became a jazz artist at 51, you know what that did for my marriage? It took it from here to here, because my husband got to experience me in my joy all the time because I was able to be an artist just like I had imagined when I was a little girl. I got to achieve it 40 years later. So my mental health took off. I never went back to my darkness ever again, over 15 years now. And my husband got the best of me, and I recorded my jazz album. So I'm not dying with my real music in me. My son is going to have my music when I'm gone one day, something I wasn't able to get from my father. Right. So that was rock bottom when I literally was ready to die, Dinesh. That's a great question. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Great. Well,
Yeah.
the- one of the most important question that I have is that how you made it possible that what one mindset that shift saved your 36 years of marriage from the ego classes. Can you please name one mindset and please give a little bit of description?
Yeah. So one of the biggest mindset shifts that I went through that really, really like saved my marriage, Dinesh,
Hmm.
was shifting from a place of ego to a place
Hmm.
of heart and soul, where I lived primarily in fear and trying to protect myself always with my ego mask, putting on the big smile and being the award-winning pharmaceutical rep, and like living this life that was fake basically, right? And it was all
Hmm.
about me. My ego was running the show. That's how I describe it. But when I had the breakdown and the breakthrough, I realized I'm not my ego. I am my higher self. And that was the self that started taking over and running my life. And that's when magic and miracles found me daily because I was no longer being led by my ego. I was being led by my higher power who uses me as a vehicle to accomplish certain things, and each one of us has this ability. We are all channels of the divine. We are divine. That shift from ego to knowing that we are divine, that was huge for me, Dinesh. Great question.
Wow. Yes, you are correct. Ego really plays a very big role. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, can you
absolutely.
please tell me what's one shocking success story from your love, your white platform that no one saw coming? Can you please
Wow.
reveal that?
Wow. Well, I think nobody saw coming that I was going to be an award winning jazz artist. It was
Hmm.
just one of these miracles that happened a few years ago. I don't think anybody was expecting that. I don't think anybody expected me to serenade Oprah Winfrey's man. That was a bit of a shock. But again, I expect miracles every day. I became a international inspirational speaker. I'm with one of the oldest speakers bureaus on the planet, and it magically found me. They wanted me on their roster when COVID hit, and I had put it out years ago, Dinesh. I said one day I'm speaking in India, one day I'm
Hmm.
speaking in Dubai. And I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I just put it out in the universe. And then when COVID hit, and this, International Speakers Bureau was looking for some new people, one of my clients said, "You need to check out Elvira Hopper." And sure enough, they went online, Dinesh, and they Googled me and they found all these different videos that I'd done and podcasts that I'd been on. And they invited me to join their roster. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, that was one of my biggest dreams. And I didn't need to push. I literally just attracted it. I by my beingness, by how I showed up in the world, I was offered it, right? This is what I talk about. When you're being a miracle magnet, you don't have to hustle, you don't have to push. You just get to be yourself and things flow to you, right? So it's less hustle and more flow. That's what being a miracle magnet is all about. I'm going to see if I can turn around and get some light on my face here. I don't know. I can't do it. Anyway, you can hear my voice. It's okay.
Yes. The voice is more powerful. That's great.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
I got few short questions, and we have named it as a rapid fire questions. These are the questions for which I would request you to answer in one or two words or minimum possible.
Okay.
For that, these are the few questions which I will be asking you first. One of them is the one word that defines your life today. What is that?
Joy.
Beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. Please repeat it. Repeat it again. Please tell again. Lovely, 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 lovely. Yes, yes. We always say that if a person has got money, power, wisdom, education, more a car, bungalow, position, anything, but if he or she do not have the joy from within, then it has got no meaning. Yes, you are very right.
Exactly.
Very well.
Exactly. Thank you.
Wow. Now, what's your biggest daily non-negotiable that you never miss?
Oh, I practice what I preach every single day,
Mm,
Dinesh.
mm,
I'm loving my vibe. I use the modality that was gifted to me at rock bottom. And if I
mm.
wasn't loving my vibe every single day, I wouldn't be here. I would either, like I said, be in a hospital, in an alley with a bottle in my hand, or I would be 6 feet under. So I literally have to love my vibe every day. Yeah. And I
Lovely,
teach you how
lovely.
to do it. Super simple. Takes about 3 hours to learn online. So, and I have a team of
And
people that facilitate 6 months of practicing it. So, yeah, it's beautiful system, and I use it every single day. It's a non-negotiable.
nice. Now, please tell me the one belief that changed everything for you.
Mm. Well, the one earlier that I mentioned, shifting from ego to soul, that was a huge
Mm,
belief. And connected to that is the fact that I used to believe God was out there because I was Catholic. And our belief system was that, you had to be a good girl so that, you weren't a sinner. And so that God, would let you into heaven. And it was all about fear. It was so fear based, right? And when I shifted from religion to spirituality, that's when I lightened up. That's when I started being a miracle magnet. That was one of the teachings, right? That we are not these, low life humans. We are actually divine. We are one with
right.
our higher power. And so I shifted from more of a Western religion to, if anything, I'm more of an Eastern religion. I believe I'm more Hindu and Buddhist than I am Catholic today. But really, I'm no
Wow,
religion. I'm just a spiritual person who knows
beautiful.
spiritual truths that saved my life. And the wisdom from my wounds is here to help humanity. So I hope that answers your question, Dinesh.
Yes, yes, you are right. I loved it. Well, what's more powerful for you, love or purpose?
Oh my God, they're tied. They're tied. I couldn't live without either one of them, Dinesh. Please don't ask me to pick.
Yes,
Yeah, I
you
can't.
are
I
right.
can't pick.
Very correct. Well, good. Can you
Oh.
share one lesson that you learned the hard way? Can you name that? A lesson that you
Mm.
learned the hard way.
Yeah. So I guess the lesson that that I learned the hardest way was, my marriage. When I lived out of alignment, Dinesh, and I was in big pharma, I had
Mm,
I my ego ran the show, and I used to need outer validation like I needed oxygen. And so there were people that paid attention to me and made me feel very special, and even more special than my husband made me feel. And you know what? It was very tempting to leave my husband, because he wasn't treating me special anymore. And that was the biggest lie in the world because my ego was running the show. And like I said, when you're living out of alignment, you need outer validation like you need oxygen because you don't validate yourself. And so my biggest learning was that my husband is an incredible man, and I could have easily given up and gone to someone else because my ego needed that validation. But let me tell you, when I realized I was the problem. I was able to stop being the problem. And I asked for forgiveness for being this horrible person to my husband because I didn't know any better, and yet when we learn better, when we know better, we do better. And so when I truly embodied that sense of shame and I would never do this to you ever again, it truly transformed our relationship and it transformed me. And today, I don't need anybody's validation, Dinesh, because I love and
right.
validate myself. And my husband is more than enough. Like next week, we're married 36 years, and our marriage is fantastic because I learned the hard way that we don't need outer validation. We just need to validate ourselves, and the right people will love us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, can you please tell what's one thing that everyone should unlearn?
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's three lies. I'm gonna tell you what one of my beautiful mentors has taught me.
Mhm.
Alok Appadurai. He's a lovely, lovely coach and mystic, and he's amazing. And he taught me the three lies that all of humanity believes. Okay, here's the three lies: I am not
What are
worthy, I am not enough, and I am not loved. Those are
please
three
repeat it.
lies
Please repeat
that
it again.
yeah. Say that again. Sorry, Dinesh.
Yeah, please repeat it again.
Yes. So the three lies that all of humanity believes until they do the inner work to unbelieve them: I am not worthy, I am not enough, and I am not loved.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very
Those are three lies. And Dinesh, when we're able to transform from I am not worthy, I am not enough, I am not loved to I am worthy, I am enough, and I am loved, our whole life transforms. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Please, can you please tell me or define success in one word?
Mm, the word that came to me is love. If you can be love and receive love, you've got it all. You've got it all.
Very right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please tell me the best advice you have ever received.
The best advice I've ever received. Ah, my gosh, I've received so much incredible advice over the years.
Mhm.
I I'm trying to think of what sticks out. I can't think of one thing. Um, I'm going to tell you what Oprah said, and this is probably the best advice. Our purpose is to connect with
Mhm.
our purpose and to
Mhm.
humbly serve the world with it. Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah. We all have a
Then
purpose,
what do
Dinesh. Nobody was
right,
brought here with no purpose.
right,
We all have to discover what it is, and we have to go through dark times, some of us, to discover what that is. Yeah,
very correct.
yeah.
And what do you turn to when you feel lost?
Say that again. Sorry, Dinesh.
What do you turn to when you feel lost? What do you
Oh,
do?
okay. Yeah. So I learned, I turned to my modality, the Love Your Vibe Miracle Mindset. I know right away how to shift from my low vibration crap magnet self. If I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling like a crap magnet, and I'm able to shift into my miracle magnet self. And one of the fastest ways to do that, I believe, is with the gift, with the attitude of gratitude. As if we are in a low vibration, we can think of all the things that we have, a roof over our head, food to eat, people that love us, a warm bed to sleep in. Things that simple can shift your vibration so quickly, because gratitude on a 0 to 10, where gratitude lies? Take a guess where gratitude lies on a 0 to 10.
And here is the last question for you. What's your definition of a miracle mindset?
Okay. All right. So just to answer my last question, it's 9. Gratitude is a very high vibration. So if you're feeling low, go to gratitude. And what is a miracle mindset? A miracle mindset is what you how you see yourself as, not a being that is in this world, and you're just going to like work during the week, and then have some fun maybe on the weekend, and then keep repeating that, rinse and repeat until you die. Okay. I believe that the miracle mindset is about realizing that you are a divine being with a purpose, with a mission that's bigger than you, and your duty is to accomplish that mission in this lifetime. So
Correct.
you need to do what you need to do to get there. Yeah.
Very correct. Very correct. Well,
Yeah.
I got so many questions to be asked, but the time did not allow me to proceed further. The time is already over because we had a slot for half an hour, but half an hour has already passed. Anyway, on behalf of my GST platform, I sincerely thank you and pray God to give you all power, strength, wisdom, time, energy, everything, so that the work that you are doing, please keep on doing, and please keep on serving the society. That is the dire requirement of today. So nice
Thank
of you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You take
Dinesh. This was a beautiful
you take
interview, and
care.
I send you and everybody listening so much love from my heart, from my soul. And if anybody is curious about how this work can help them, have them reach out. My link tree, I hope you can post that somewhere. They can book a call with me, because you know what, if you hear something and you know there's more in store, you've got to take action. And so that's why I love being a coach, because it's about helping people take action forward and forward and forward, and manifesting the life of their dreams and being miracle magnets. So if anybody feels called to that, please have them reach out to me. So thank you.